Hello. It is Tuesday, October 8th, 2019, and this is the upper body part 1 workout. Here's a public service announcement. Please, I should write please on there, maybe a little extra note on the top that says please. Please do not waste your time watching this video unless you have a very specific reason to watch this video. All right. And I would hate to waste your time, so that's why that public service announcement is right in front. What's going on? Oh, already did some of the warm-up, except for the inverted sit-ups. And, well, that was it. I guess I did everything else in the warm-up, but I'm going to do another round of some exercises my dad likes. And some inverted sit-ups, like I said, first round of that. And then I'll just go right to it. What is upper body part 1? Well, it's a breathing exercise. And then after the breathing exercise comes the exercises. There's 5 exercises. Most of them are 2 sets, except for the first and the last one. The first one's 3 sets. The last one is 5 sets. Here's the breakdown. Warm up. Right now it'll be some exercises my dad likes, and then it'll be some inverted sit-ups. Then it'll be to the workout, starting with a breathing exercise. Then it'll be shoulder press. Set of 6. Breathing exercise, lower the weight. Set of 8. Breathing exercise, lower the weight. Set of 10. Next exercise will be lat pull downs. It'll be a breathing exercise, set of 8, breathing exercise, lower the weight, set of 10. Third exercise is kind of a weird one. It's a medley, so I guess it doesn't really fall into the 2 sets. It's just a single set, but it's all really focused on hitting different areas of the triceps. So basically it'll be 6 or 7 dips, and then it'll be a single set of, 13 tricep kickbacks with both arms at the same time. Sometimes I like to isolate those, but in the interest of time, trying to do things more in the interest of time. Both arms. And then the third set of the medley on the triceps is standing skull crushers. That's going to be another set of 13. Fourth exercise. Breathing exercise, then it's incline curls, set of 8, breathing exercise, lower the weight, set of 10. Last breathing exercise before the 5th exercise, which will be lateral raises. Going to do that one a little bit different this time. Going to try to get maximum range of motion. Going to try to really kind of push that. So I'm going to see how that feels. I haven't done that one before with weight. I do it without weight all the time, and I kind of like how it feels without weight. We'll see with weight how it feels. And the way that goes is lateral raises, set of 15, slight break, and then 4 sets of 5. Slight breaks in between all those sets. Okay, let's get to it. Hopefully that explanation was fairly quick. It's still kind of long-winded, but whatever. All right. Some exercises my dad likes. There are 7 of them. Nice stretch. Shoulder shrugs. Because I want to get really good at saying I don't know without words. Front raises without weight. Not really keeping too huge of a count. Like I said, I'm trying to stick around the 6 or 7 mark with these. And full extensions on these. Maximum range of motion. Actually, maybe maximum is, and then behind the back, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I guess that would be further in the range of motion, but for practical purposes, we're going a little bit, that's not bad, a feeling right there. That's kind of nice. All right, then it's the lower body part of the exercises my dad likes. I'm gonna combo up some of these things on the last two. I think that's 4, 4, 5, 5, 6, 6. All right, so it's like lateral raises, front raises, lateral raises with your legs. Obviously, one leg at a time. That would be really cool if I could do both legs at the same time. I guess you can if you're hanging, but anyway. I guess a combo could have been like front and then lateral, but sequential, but focus in one leg at the same time. Trying to get a little bit of skill with balance. You don't want to fall down, so always be upgrading your balancing skills, and this is a fun little exercise to do that. Sometimes I let my heel touch the ground. All right, the balance was okay on that one. I'm going to go right into inverted sit-ups, which are about the only sit-ups I really do. I probably should do more, although what I've heard about crunches and sit-ups and back pains and all that kind of stuff, if I can get away with just doing this, that would be awesome. But for the next year or two, it's going to be pretty much just this. I might upgrade my, based upon the results or lack thereof of this specific workout. And yeah, I'm doing extra stuff on the side that I'm not videotaping, but nothing major. This is the major strength workout. All right. Got to stretch on the right side. Oh, that feels weird. Whatever. Okay, inverted sit-ups. Make sure they're latched on pretty good. Seems like they are. Oh, a fun thing you can do with this. Lower your ankles, lift your ankles. That's a weird exercise. It's kind of like the opposite of a calf raise. I don't know if you can you can probably barely see me doing it, moving, but ankles go up. Anyway, 1, 2. Also, it feels more secure. 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. 7. Come on now. Oh, there we go. There we go. Little stretch. Well, these exercises are excuses for stretches too. Feels pretty good. All right. Fun stuff. But yeah, that's kind of a fun thing. You can lift your feet up while you're upside down, so technically you're lifting your feet down. Kind of fun, especially when you think geometrically about it. All right, that's about all we need to do in here. All right, so the warm-up's done. It was the quickest warm-up ever, but, well, not the quickest warm-up ever. The quickest warm-up videotaped by me in this endeavor. But like I said, I did the other stuff earlier, and hopefully I'm still warmed up. I think I kind of am. I think I'm doing all right. All right, so probably a decent spot right around here. Reset up some of my dumbbells for different things the other day, so that's kind of fun. All right. breathing exercise. Check the frame again. All right. That's probably a little bit better. Okay. So, I'm going to do a bit of a breathing exercise. I'm going to count off on the fingers. I'm going to shoot for 7 repetitions. Wow, that is an amazing spider web right over there. Very Halloween. Yeah. One of these days I'm going to see like a palmetto bug stuck in the spider web. I'm going to be like, yeah, that's the spider I want to reward somehow. Any spider that can take down a palmetto bug is going to be a friend of mine. All right. I mean, I don't know. There's part of me that kind of feels like a dick for, saying that. Trying to like most life itself. Although, occasions, yeah, I do kill bugs that are in the house sometimes. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes it's a matter of convenience. And that's such a weird thing to say. Whether you take the life or not, it's a matter of convenience. Yeah, it's a lower life form and all that. But that's a slippery slope. But then again, I don't want to go too deep into that. I would hate to be one of those people that, maybe I wouldn't, I don't know. But it seems ever since I was a little kid, like those people that brush in front of them so they don't step on a bug and possibly breathe, with air masks so they don't inhale bugs and stuff. I don't know. Like I said, it's a slippery slope either way. You can maybe care about life too much, maybe care about life definitely. There is no maybe about it. Care about life too little. I don't know. And also, and this might sound narcissistic, but figuring out ways to value other life kind of makes you value your own a little bit better, and because you're valuing the life around you. I still have to wrap my head around that. There's thoughts there, but they're really hard to put into words, and I'm hearing myself talk. None of it seems quite right. Matter of fact, all of it seems kind of lame. I wish I could express my thoughts better. All right, breathing exercise. Don't have to express anything but my breath. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not bad at all. Not going super heavy on it or anything. Definitely backed off from where my edges were, but I think it's still going to do some good. And the whole thing about this is, when I got it to the point where I'm getting near my edges, I kind of dread the workout. I kind of procrastinate a little bit. So it's like, knowing my own human nature, which would you rather do? Lighten the load and get it done, or find your edges when you're not in the mood to find your edges? Find your edges, find the edge of your ability, and dread it and have it not be so fun, and then go into that weird realm of failure and all that kind of stuff. So, I could look at it one way. I could choose, and so this is going to be some controversial territory for some people. I can choose to feel a failure by finding my edges and failing because I found my edge. Or I could choose to be a failure because I didn't go near my edge, but I chose to have fun. And I know, choosing your feelings, and it's a weird way to look at it because some feelings you just can't choose, but I am under the delusion, and it's a useful delusion, that some of my feelings I can choose. And part of that is perspective, and part of that is me asking that question, or putting it to that perspective. What feelings if I choose? Subjective reality kind of dictates. Well, long story short, fast forward through all this, I talked a whole bunch. Placebos can be real. Stacking placebos here for a delusional but happy life. Maybe, possibly, I don't know. But back to the perspective that I want to take on this is, number one, this is an experiment. It's an experiment that I want things from, obviously, but I'm not necessarily 100% committed to the outcome. And the basic experiment says working out 3 days a week for strength workouts. Other stuff is supplemental to that, but the main thing is strength workouts, only 5 exercises, sort of. And so can you become stronger by 3 days a week, 5 exercises, and not really pushing your edges, not going whole hog on everything. And the whole key to that is you'll be able to do that for a couple of years without injury. Unfortunately, there was one time I got sick. There was one time I kind of strained my back a little bit. There was, I think, another time something else was causing me not to do it for a week or two. Maybe it was another injury. Not really injury, strain. Nothing permanent. No permanent damage. Just a little ouchie. Anyway, that's me explaining to myself about this stuff and the perspective I'm choosing, making the choice to try to enjoy this. Enjoy it if I can. And part of that is looking at the thought process and seeing, wouldn't it be cool if that thought process, if only 3 days a week and not pushing your edges actually gets you some sort of positive result? I have little doubt it'll be some sort of positive result. I'm getting closer and closer to the belief the result is going to be way more tied into diet than anything else. And I wasn't planning on going on this here, but the basic diet is, well, we'll go with the standard kind of what I'm basically basing most of my food off of. Unfortunately or fortunately, some people don't like this, but 1 meal a day, basically a 20-hour fast. Let's say not 24, but 20-hour fast. Sometimes 16. Sometimes it varies. Sometimes it's over 20. Anyway, so but this week it's so far, right now it's past 20. So anyway, basically 1 meal a day. That meal, usually my standard kind of go-to thing right now is fake chicken. A whole bag of fake chicken. It's about $5 at Walmart, and I think it's by a company called Morningstar. There is 102 or 103.5 grams of protein in there. I believe there's about 18 grams of carbohydrates and 16 grams of fat. Could be wrong on those. And then there'll be a bag of frozen veggies. Let's say like a bag of broccoli. Not just the cuts, but the florets too, the whole thing. That'll probably be about 0 grams of protein, 20 for the whole bag, $1 a bag, so it's pretty cool. Or sometimes 80 cents. 20 grams of carbohydrate, the whole bag, and 0 grams of fat. So that's those two things are kind of the staple. Throw in sauces on the top. If I want extra fat,
mayonnaise seems like it's directly fat. It's probably maybe not the best fat. It seems like the mayonnaise I looked at didn't really have any trans fat in it, but I could be wrong about that. Kind of trying to avoid the trans fat. Sometimes try to avoid the saturated fat. Really trying to go for monosaturated. For that, if I need to, if I'm really getting the whole hog on this, there's at least one sauce I know of that's pretty much almost all fat. There's also things like olive oil, the good old extra virgin olive oil. Although I don't really like that too much. It's almost like I would rather take it like a hot sauce on top of my food, and then not mix it with the olive oil, and just take shots of the olive oil for whatever fat requirement I want that's monosaturated. But of course, then there's things like peanut butter. I don't know if peanut butter is the best choice. Some people say almond butter, kind of expensive. Peanut butter is kind of cheap. Obviously, I'm trying to do this on the cheap. I'm a little bit weary about the $5 on a solid protein. Protein powder seems to be best bang for the buck, but I've tried that before, getting all my protein from protein powder. But yeah, trying to get like, let's say 40, 30, 30 by calories, 40% protein for 30% carbohydrate, 30% fat. If I'm going for 2,000 calories, that's about 200 grams of protein, 150 grams of carbohydrate, and almost 70. It's like 66.66666 infinite for fat. Because, what is it? 1 gram equals 4 calories for proteins and carbs, and 11 calories for fats. So there's a distribution on the 40, 30, 30. So anyway, trying to do stuff like that. I haven't quite got all the numbers down. I haven't got all my fields. I got the base for my standard start meal, which is the fake frozen chicken, and the all too real frozen broccoli or frozen mixed veggies in the bag. So anyway, that being said, and I just realized I have some Tupperware over my dad's house that has veggies in it, that it's probably 2 or 3 days old. Should probably eat that maybe tonight. I'm still working on my meal tonight. I do have 2 things kind of defrosting, but they're at a point where I could eat them tomorrow and throw them back in the freezer or the refrigerator. Wow, a lot of talking. All right, but my idea is down to myself, practicing the fine art of conversation, talking to yourself, and it's not talking to yourself if you have a camera on. No, it is. It totally is. I'm just trying to have a good excuse to talk to myself, remind myself of things if I ever watch this, and I might. It's also a good idea for me to watch this to keep the idea on the counts. All right. Up to it. Oh, breathing. I'll do it quick. Set of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That felt useful. Didn't feel like I was climbing on an edge. Felt difficult enough. I'm hoping that's what some people would call the Goldilocks zone. Goldilocks zone more deals with planets, but hopefully in the useful zone where it's doing some proper damage. Because I guess that's what workout is. Working out is damaging yourself properly so that you can grow. Because most people's bodies respond well to that. All right, quick breathing exercise. That'll be a set of 10. So a friend of mine recently asked, "Hey, when you getting another cat?" I think he used way more tact than that, and I said, "No, just don't feel like it. Don't feel like having any pet. Not that I'm committed to cats. Could be a snake, could be a tarantula, could be a palmetto bug. Well, probably not a palmetto bug. I'm trying to not be so speciesist, but could be a dog. Who knows? But this doesn't feel right." There was something more to that I was thinking. What was that something more? Maybe, no, that's, I mean, having an animal around is a good excuse to talk to yourself, because you're talking to the animal, but I have you for that. The trusty rusty camera. I don't know. It's like some people say an animal is a great cure for loneliness or whatever, and I don't know. I think I'd just be using an animal for that. That's not right. I mean, yeah, mutual beneficial relationships, win-win, which I'm all about the win times win times win times win, exponential win relationships, but something just doesn't feel right about it. Another thing I have trouble putting into words. I don't know what it is. I'm trying to reach out a little bit, but I mean, obviously. Like, the idea of this still horrifies me. I'm just glad nobody watches these. I mean, not nobody. A couple people I know. But I'm just glad that it's only a couple people with good nature and gentle hearts. Quality people watch this. Not that, hopefully, not that if, a pack of raging scoundrels watch this, like, really, how's it going to affect me? Maybe it will. I don't know. Maybe it won't. I'd like to think it wouldn't. Either because usually I'm oblivious to stuff, or I don't know. Just not taking things personally, not really getting caught up to what other people think about me. But I can see it affecting me in weird ways. Job interviews, not really looking. Well, yeah, I'm always kind of looking for. Well, yeah, absolutely. The extra jobs that I do, the odd jobs and whatnot, it might disaffect some of those. I don't really do too many little things, but somebody watches this and sees a whole bunch of comments of vile insinuation, and yeah, I guess I can't really think of too many opportunities I'm going after right now that this would affect. But who knows? It could. I mean, who knows? It could affect my main job. Be like, we don't want that dude. That guy's weird, but now he's just too weird. And yeah, some of the stuff I say here will be too weird. Too personal, too weird. But I'm leaving it out there. It's me. If there's one thing I'm good at being, it's going to be myself. Hopefully I'll just keep getting better at it. And hopefully whatever the world throws my way, I'll roll with it. And honestly, I mean, there's been some bad stuff. But there are always so many worse things. And thank goodness I haven't gotten any of those worse, real worst case scenarios. Eternally grateful for that, hopefully. Wow. Alright, wow, that went to places I didn't want to go. And then I guess that happens. Maybe I should get a pet, not a camera. But if I got a pet, then, like I said, self-serving and all that, I would still be documenting this, so it'd come out anyway. There are people that can hide who they are, and then there's me. No, I don't know. Just, I think there's a song, I Gotta Be Me and all that kind of stuff. Here's a weird question. Would you rather succeed, whatever you determine success to be, and not be yourself, or fail and be destined to fail, but you are 100% yourself? So far, every time that decision's come up, I've pretty much said, I'm going to be me. When I was younger, maybe no, when I was really young, I was a bit of a jerk, so, yeah. And that wasn't me. That didn't feel authentic. That didn't feel real. That didn't feel good. I mean, I'm sure I had excuses and justifications, but now I look at those excuses and justifications, and there were excuses and justifications, hands down. But I could have been worse of a jerk. Thank goodness I didn't go to the nth degree. But I don't know. Yeah. Ripping on people, why bother anymore? And especially I see things now where somebody rips on somebody, and it's in the disguise. It seems like it's in the disguise of a criticism, but constructive criticism seems like it provides, like, hey, here's a problem. I'm going to use tact, so say, hey, here's something you should think about that could be a problem. The thing that makes it constructive is, here's a solution, here's an idea, here's a path, here's some action plan, here's a couple things you can do, here's a couple things you can try, here's a whole bunch of different solutions. See what works with you. But what you're doing might lead down, or is blatantly yielding bad results, so why don't you change your focal point, or change your actions, or change your methodology and try this other thing. It seems like useful constructive criticism is just like solutions. Here's a problem, here's the solution. And sometimes solutions are super simple, but even in those scenarios, I see people harping on the problem more than they focus on the solution. And I don't know. Maybe it's for that person to feel better about him or herself. Hopefully it's not just that, nothing quite more sinister than that. But I am convinced I don't know people as well as I should. I have working fundamental ideas, but I think there are so many things I just totally oblivious to. A lot to learn. Lots and lots of stuff to learn. Absolutely. Alright, so lat pull downs. That was a transition, huh? Breathing exercise, lat pull downs. Oh, why not? Oh, I'm sure the light is looking great. Come on, my little lamps. My little lamps. And you get to be a little lamp. Alright. A little bit of breathing. Already got this dialed in where I want it to be for the lat pull jamboree. 6, 7. Come on, number 8. There we go. Not terrible. In some ways, that actually felt kind of good. Kind of looking forward to the next set. And that's a good thing when you're looking forward to it. I mean, my life is substantially better. I've already, resigned myself to do this process. So I feel like my life is going to be substantially better if I figure out a way to enjoy this process. And I guess a big part of that is having nothing to prove to myself and not pushing my edges. Eat a little bit of that humble pie. Make it taste good. Enjoy it. Because even if you're not at your edge, you're still doing good. And you're not dreading it. Alright, let's do that. Well, let's breathe a little bit first. Set of 10 this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Little sweaty, little breathing, little few dips, like I said, 6 or 7 of them. Nothing major, whatever feels. If 6 feels good, I'm staying with 6. If 7 feels good, I'm staying with that. Some people say that's not a lot, and for some people it is. I'm not going to compare anything. I definitely love that. I think it's a quote by somebody. Comparison is the thief of joy, or envy is the thief of joy. It's like every time I'm tempted to compare myself, even against myself too much. Oh, last year you were doing this, Last year you is gone. This year you is who you have to deal with. Unless it was last year you's ramifications and they kind of finally came back to you. Beyond that, probably not so much to worry about. Or even why worry? Concern. Concern is like worrying, but with an action plan and things already put into place. Prophylactic measures, if you will. Worry. It seems like without any action, without any things being done or put into place or plans put forth, if this, do this, decision trees and all that kind of stuff. Worrying, even though I still do it, seems like a waste of time. I think there's a song lyric about that. Alright. I was going to say, if the light was good in here, I would show the other stomach exercise I do besides the inverted sit-up, which is just basically sit back like this and do this. But you probably can't see that, so I'm going to do one more because that just felt good for a second. Nice and slow. Oh. Feels way better when you do it slow. Feels a bit weird when you do it fast. And yeah, I do put my legs a little bit bent, and I do put the soles of my feet together. Not almost, not quite. All right. So, a little bit of breath first. I like the breath. as ready as I'm not gonna say ready as I'm ever gonna be, because who knows? There's probably all sorts of weird methodologies I can make myself do to get ready. But at the same time, it seems like the present is a good time. And if it's not, I'm gonna make it a good time. 6 or 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright, so I went for the upper threshold there. I'm not going to say I'm proud of myself, even though I just did. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. I'm just not going to bother feeling one way or the other about that one. Felt good, whether it be 6 or 7, I'm getting it done. And that's the focus right there, getting it done. Oh my goodness. Starting to feel it now. We're in the middle of the third exercise. Third exercise, like I said, is a medley of different things. Some of these things are awesome. Shoot, all of them are awesome. This one right here is tricep kickbacks. And there's something magical about tricep kickbacks. I don't know what that is, but I'm going to choose to believe it. Maybe the magical thing is I'm going to believe that there's something magical about tricep kickbacks. But let's breathe a little bit first. Alright, tricep kickbacks. The big question here is, I'm putting my left leg up or my right leg up. If I move this over, I'll push my left leg up there. The way I like to do it is just chest on my knee, pretty much. 1, 2, going for 13. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Okay. Put those down for a second. I'm gonna breathe a little bit. I'm trying to close my eyes as much as possible in this process. So I guess in the breathing and in the actual exercises, try and close my eyes. During the exercises, I'm trying to visualize the inside of the muscles, where it's hitting them, how it's hitting them, how they're gonna grow. I think there was some bodybuilder or somebody said something about that. I don't remember who. I'm not really into bodybuilding, but occasionally you hear stuff and it's like, oh. I've had a few friends over the years that have been into it, and they have all sorts of quotes and ideas and all that kind of stuff. I never really got too into it. Wouldn't that be an irony if I figure out some great concept and I'm not really into it, but I figure out some great concept and help out a whole bunch of people with whatever cool concept I figure out. That'd be pretty awesome. It's just like he wasn't really into it, but he figured it out. Da, 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 da.
So I'm going to do a little bit of bent knee, I guess horse stance or whatever type situation for the standing skull crushers. And don't know which way I'm going to choke up on the weights. I'm thinking up towards there. So there's two ways I can choke up on it. Put my hand over here, put my hand over here. I think I'm going to put my hand near the front facing part. A little bit choke up there. A little bit of bend. There we go. And these are just skull crushers. Great name. 1. That's 3 there. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. Here comes 13. Oh, there it is. All right. Next exercise is incline bench. So, I'm not incline bench. Incline bench is used, but this is incline curls. So, a little different. Breathing exercise first. I guess today's strategy is breathing in and out the nose, and then kind of going fast for the first few, and then those last few, kind of slow it down. That's kind of a fun ride. Speed it up, slow it down. There might be something to that. Who knows? Maybe the thing I figured out that catches on and helps people out is accountability. Hey, get yourself a camera and work out in front of it for a couple of years. Just to say, hey, this is the method I'm using. Here's the beginning. I didn't really start filming into this until about 30% in, and honestly, during that time from like 0 to 30%, I lost about 30 pounds, and then I've been fluctuating ever since. Only fluctuating within 10 pounds. So anyway, but maybe that's the thing, you know, that accountability. That's, you know, and also, maybe it's like these talking things. I just figured out, well, I think it's been in the back of my head, the talking in between sets and stuff is, I think I get some benefit out of that. I think I can put my thoughts a little bit together, put my thoughts together a little bit better. Practice speaking. I know that sometimes I won't speak for 2 days, and when I start speaking again, my words are slurred. I have trouble putting things together. I blend concepts way too much, more than I normally do. It's something I already do, but putting it together in such a way where you actually notice it. Like a lot of times I'll screw up my words and not really notice, but after not speaking for a little while, becomes more noticeable. But sometimes it's worth it, because when you don't speak for a little while, your thought process can change. It's almost, I make the joke about thinking geometrically, but it's definitely more visual. And yet again, third time today, I don't have the words. But I do have some weights in there. They're right there.
They deserve to be lifted up. And I'm a man to lift them up. You friends are get to go for a joyride. Welcome to the wonderful world of incline curls. Your tickets are accepted. Enjoy the show. Oh, that sounds awful. Everything was fun until I said enjoy the show. That just seems lame. Enjoy the ride? Bit better. Enjoy being lifted and then put down and lifted again. May your journey ever vacillate until you get tired of it. Alright, that's a little bit better. There's something nice about turning a phrase in just the right way. Even that phrase, turning a phrase, is a fun phrase. Set of 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, the joints feel perfect. 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'll keep it at the same weight and do another set, but do a set of 10. That weight felt perfect. If I watch the video, pay attention to the next set. Let's see how straight my arms get and how far I go up. If it looks like I'm doing a full extension, full contraction, really trying to maximize the movement, it'd be worth knowing. Switched it up that time. Slow first, then fast. I almost want to try that with the actual lifting, but nah. I think in lifting, consistency is probably better. Breathing is breathing is possibly more pliable. Set of 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A little harder than the first set. There's 10. Alright, so that's done. Our last exercise, like I said, it's a bit of an experiment. Still within the same basic parameters of the 5 exercise workout. And I know it's technically not 5 because the third exercise is really 3 exercises, but the third exercise is just focusing on triceps, and it seems like doing those 3 different exercises, hopefully I'm getting the whole tricep, so I have strength going from here to here, strength going from here to here, and strength with my arms way pushed back with that little bit of area from here to here. So I want strength in all range of motion. Yeah, because this is the strength workout. This is not the, I only want strength from here to here. Make huge muscles. I don't know. Supposedly that's the way you make huge muscles, is you shorten your range of motion, but I don't know. I could see a situation where I really need strength from here to here, And I've been working out from here to here, and I just don't have it at that edge. And I really want that. Heard someone say, want what you need, not need what you want. And that feels pretty good. So yeah, I do want that. I don't need it. But there might be one day when I actually do need it. So I want it just in case I might need it. If that makes any sense. Makes sense to me. I just don't know if I'm putting the right words to it. What was I looking for? Oh, yes. Should have put these nearby. There'll be a set of 5 sets, set of 15, set of 4 sets of 5 after that. Do a little bit of breathing right now. Set of 15. I'm going to try this angle first. See. Yeah, I think this, for some silly reason, I like this angle. All the way to the top. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, that is different. That is bizarre. Thank goodness I went with a lighter weight. But there might be something good there. And like I said, there might be some good use of strength in that. Beyond just going, here, but really that extra bit. I kind of like it. It makes me think I can play havoc on the monkey bars. All right, I'm going to try this angle for the next set. Be a set of 5. There shall be 4 of them. 2, 3, 4, 5. Definitely feeling something special there. Not even a bad special. Kind of a good special. I just know I could overdo it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 more sets of 5 coming up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good news is I can always tell I'm getting to the top of it because I'm actually hearing the weights kind of tap together. I'm trying not to tap them too hard, but if I tap them too hard, that just means I'm giving into momentum. Trying not to be a big fan of momentum because I'm trying to work out here. Momentum, I think, kills some of the process. You can't get rid of it all, but anyway. But then again, maybe I'm doing it way too fast. All right, I think this is the last set of 5. If I try to do it with minimized momentum a little bit more, then it'll definitely be my last set of 5. So yeah, whether it's the 4th set of 5 or not, this is probably going to be my last set. Feelings. Good and bad right there. I'm choosing to feel the good ones. Good news is I know that there was no injury there as far as I could tell. So that's great. And the bad news, or the good news, is my body wasn't exactly ready for that. That was something interesting. That here to here with weight is just kind of goofy. All right, so I was thinking about doing a
kind of a breathing exercise. But, nah. I got stuff I gotta take care of. So, later it shall be.